Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Chantel. Today's video is going to be a spooky Halloween makeup tutorial, and can you guess what I'm going to be? Let's just say I'll be defying gravity. So if you're interested in seeing my makeup for Halloween, please keep watching. So if you haven't been able to guess by now, my Halloween costume this year is going to be Elphaba from the one, the only Wicked. I thought it was only right that I pay homage to it now that the movie is coming out next month. This video is not sponsored by Wicked. I got my costume from Fashion Nova. It's a long-sleeved, neck to ankle, mesh green bodysuit. It comes with a black bustier style corset bodysuit that has like a little, the bathing suit style. And it comes with a black leather cape and of course the hat. I was thinking of doing a full face of green makeup, but then I thought about it and I was like, you know what, that's gonna get really messy and I don't wanna have to deal with the consequence after the fact of acne the next day. So I decided I'm just gonna do some crazy green eyeshadow, maybe some dark lips, like maybe gray or maybe even green. We'll see. I'm just gonna go with the flow, see how everything comes together. So let's get started. I feel like my camera's looking extra crisp, which I'm not complaining about, but I mean, I'm looking a little rough right now. I'm gonna start by clipping my hair back just because I do have a little bit of a side part going on. I need that out of the way. I added in some super long 22-inch extensions. I'm just keeping it straight. So this is my witch hair. Since I'm not doing the full green face, I still need my makeup to really look like a witch. So the ways I'm gonna do that is with the green accent of makeup, I'm gonna make it really pointy. I'm gonna do a thick, dark under eye. And I'm gonna be doing some crazy sharp eyebrows. You know those, like, what do they call emo people now? What is it? It's like, oh, they call them like alt girls, like alt girl makeup. That's what I'm gonna be doing for my eyebrows. I feel like this is gonna be the hardest part of my makeup because I do have such naturally arched brows. I'm gonna be using concealer. That is gonna be my best friend in this whole process for my brows. So I'm gonna start by penciling out the shape I want. I don't know how I'm going to be able to conceal all of this, but we're going to try. I'm just extending it past my actual brow. Hopefully you guys can see this. So my natural brow goes down. I'm extending it outwards. So I'm going to be taking the concealer and actually physically just patting it down onto my brow. And then we're going to just do how we conceal our brows regularly, but then remembering to go up with the new shape. Gonna add a little bit more concealer. So I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna leave it like it is for now, and I'm gonna do the other eyebrow off camera. And voila, the eyebrows are complete. So you can see that this one actually turned out a little bit better because it's more like pointy up. The reason I'm leaving the concealer where it is for now is because I want it to kind of dry in place. So I'm just gonna leave them like that for now. I'm gonna do my full face, so I'm gonna just, conceal all my acne scars, do my contour, my regular foundation, all that. I'm gonna speed through it and then we'll start with all the makeup that's going to make Elphaba. Okay, I'm done. That was a lot of makeup. So I've done my full face. I just did my foundation, my blush, all that jazz. And now I'm gonna start blending out my eyebrows. I've let the concealer settle for a bit. I'm just gonna take my concealer brush and just gently tap it out. I don't wanna wipe it because I don't wanna wipe away the concealer that's on my brows. Hello, what's wrong with me? So I'm just gonna tap the concealer, tap it out. I can also use this as kind of like my base of what I'm gonna be putting my eyeshadow on. So you can kind of tap it towards your entire lid and just kind of get that primed and ready to go. If it's not perfect, that's okay. Remember, it's Halloween. This is Halloween makeup. Unless you're entering some sort of like Halloween makeup competition, then I think you'll be fine. I'm gonna use my brown pencil and just draw my brows out a little bit further. I honestly wish I could just shave my brows off to make this look perfect, but we're not gonna get crazy. Halloween is one day. I'm gonna set everything except my lids. I mean, you can definitely still see my eyebrows a little bit. I feel like most people can relate that eyebrows are just like the one thing that you try so hard to make perfect, and when they're not, it's so frustrating. Okay, so brows, we're gonna go with our complete. Oh, but I'm not happy with this and I wanna be happy. We're gonna try a little bit more concealer. I just lightly put some concealer on the actual hairs. I'm not pressing down. I'm just like lightly dusting the brush over them. Okay, now I'm happy. So face powder, not setting powder, that's the key. And then you go over it one more time lightly, and then go over it with the face powder lightly. So I have 3 palettes. I'm going to be doing kind of like a smoky eye situation. I have my Morphe Artistry palette. For this one, I'm going to be using the dark green. And then I have my Morphe Jeffree Star palette. For this one, I will be using this green. It's called Nate. And I might also use a little bit of Wake and Bake. And last but not least, I have my Morphe 39L Hit the Lights palette. Why did I say that? My Hit the Lights palette. And for this one, I will be using this neon green, because I feel like that will be the one that will show up the most in photos. So we're actually going to be starting with the brightest first. We're going to use the neon green. I have no idea what look I'm going for. I know I said smoky, but I don't have a plan. So I'm just going to use this as my base. And I'm going to kind of extend it out a bit. Now I have this sharp angle brush. I'm going to be using it to kind of just sharpen this a bit and get it right up on top of my eyelid, because this brush is a little bit thick and it's not getting in all the nooks and crannies. So I've layered in with it 3 times now. I'm going to use this angled brush now to kind of create a cut crease. So we're going to go all the way around the eyelid. I want to lift this up so you guys can see what I'm doing. This eyeshadow is actually a little bit patchy. I'm not really sure why. So I'm just going over it a lot. Like, I feel like neon eyeshadow kind of tends to do that. I've just added as much as I can, and now I'm going to use this larger brush again and just kind of even it out because it is so patchy. Goodness, what's going on? And now I have this little like perfect cut crease situation going on. But I'm not making it super perfect just because I am planning on going in with other shades of green. So now in the Jeffree Star palette, this green is a lot deeper, so I'm hoping it will stick a bit better. I'm using the brush and going over it. Yep, so the pigment in this one is a lot better. You know, Jeffree Star does not play with his pigment. This is definitely a more Elphaba pigment too, like a more Elphaba green. And now I'm using the Wake and Bake and just kind of putting that in the center, just in the middle. So we're leaving everything on the outline, and then the Wake and Bake is going to be dead in the middle. So it kind of gives like an aura look. I need to be able to blend, but I don't want to get all my brushes dirty. And now I'm going into my 3rd palette, and I'm using that deep green. I'm using this on the end. I'm also going to kind of blend. There we go. So now I'm just kind of extending that eyeshadow and coming over the entire cut crease a bit to add some contrast. I am losing my Wake and Bake in all of this, so I'm going to go back and just add a bit more. I'm going to use that same brush that I used for the dark one just to kind of get a little bit more blend. There we go. Blend. There we have it. We're done with the top part. Now we're gonna go on to lining my eyes. So I'm using that bright green that we used from the Jeffree Star palette. I just really prefer the pigment, and we're gonna go under. What I don't like about using shadow underneath is it always falls. Like, at some point throughout the night, I'm gonna have green all over the top of my cheeks, and I really hate that. We're just gonna set it and hope for the best. I'm also gonna use a little Wake and Bake just because it is so bright and it really brings out the green and everything. And now to line my actual eyes. Do I use blue or do I just stick with black? You know what? I'm sticking with black. I'm sticking with black. So I'm gonna line my waterline. Then I'm gonna do my tight line, which is where you line like right underneath your top lashes. I think it looks fabulous so far. The green could be a little bit more green. Oh snap. I use this brush and I just put the green everywhere. You know what? It's fine. Let me go back in. Now I'm gonna clean it up. So I don't want it to be like too perfectly cleaned. So I'm just gonna use another angled brush. I'm gonna add a little of the Hollywood filter. And now I'm just cleaning it up in that shape that I want. And there we have it. Eye number 1 is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the second eye off camera and we'll be back to kind of dress everything up. So I did my other eye. As you can see, I cleaned everything up. You can see this one, I did my mascara, I added some lashes, and now I'm gonna be doing the same on the other side. So I'm starting off with my mascara. This is also how you're gonna get all the green off your lashes. And I'm putting a little bit on my bottom lashes, mainly to get the green off and just like bring that pop back to it. Okay, mascara is done and now I'm gonna add my lashes. Just because I'm a witch doesn't mean I can't be a fabulous witch. By the way, when I started this, it was bright out and it's literally about to be night. For lashes, I'm just doing a half lash, so I'm using the little clusters. Sometimes eyeshadow can be very overwhelming, so I don't know if you've ever seen what someone who wears eyeshadow without mascara looks like, but it looks very strange. So when you have such a bright and bold eyeshadow look, mascara can sometimes not even be enough. So adding lashes really helps to make it look a little bit more normal. And voila. So I just noticed a random bit of like black makeup in between my eyebrows. So I used my concealer brush to get rid of it. And there was black on the concealer brush. Just had to get rid of half my eyebrow. We're gonna add that back on. Well, that's something to keep in mind tonight. Beware of wiping off eyebrows. The eyebrows are definitely not twins. Like, never again. The brows, no, 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 no. I'm wearing too much makeup. I'm getting oily. Like, this is already a disaster. Next, I'm just gonna be adding a little bit more blush. So it's Halloween. I'm gonna go overboard with blush. Like, this is my one chance. Really playing up with the contrasting colors. Purple blush and green eyeshadow. I'm gonna add a little bit like kind of far up under my eyes, because you know, that's the look. And I wanna add a beauty mark somewhere. So you know witches usually have like a beauty mark on their nose or their chin or something. I wanna add one. I just need to be very certain of where I want it to be because once I do this, there's no going back. So do I want it on my chin? No, not really my thing. Here, that's my real beauty mark is here. I'm gonna do one under my eye. Wish me luck. Oh, it looks cute. Honestly, it was very unnecessary because it doesn't really add much. It is what it is. At this point, it really just is what it is. Even though I'm a witch, I'm gonna add a little bit of highlighter on my nose. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of highlight in general. So my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, just gonna add a little bit of something something. So I have this little tube of glitter. It's just loose glitter and I'm gonna be adding some to my eyelids. Let's pray this doesn't mess it up. Please pray for me right now. Using my pinky and I'm just adding a little to the center to start. Let's see how it looks. Oh, it's fabulous. I'm adding a whole bunch. Let's go crazy with the glitter. I'm obsessed and I'm gonna be adding it to my entire, oh, I just added way too much. I'm adding it to my whole eyelid. Just tap, tap, tap. Be very careful with it so you don't add too much like I did or wipe your makeup off like I did. I kind of like want to add glitter to other places now because I'm obsessed. Pace yourself. Last but not least, now we're gonna do lips. So for lips, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do, if I wanted to just keep it cute and go neutral, but I feel like we've already done so much and it's Halloween. It's like the one time of year we can be a little bit crazy. So we're going all black, baby. Let's start by lining the lips with black eyeliner. Wouldn't it be such a pity if this turned out looking disgusting? Okay, so I've lined them. Now we're gonna fill them in. I mean, do I love the black lip? No, but I feel like it's definitely necessary for the costume. This is super random, but I have gray lip gloss and it's like legitimately dark gray, which is why I've never worn it. So I'm gonna use this. I bought it because it was basically free one day on Sephora's sale. I mean, it doesn't get any more witchy than this. I fear that I must say that this tutorial has come to an end. Well guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it and hopefully you got some inspiration for your Halloween makeup. I hope everyone has a safe and happy Halloween. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, and please subscribe to my channel so next time I post a video, you'll be the first one to see it. Bye guys.